Dear student, in course Post-Harvest Management of Horticultural Crops, the today lecture is confined to influence of pre-harvest factors affecting the post-harvest quality, maturity, ripening, and the changes that occur during the ripening. In previous class, we have discussed about pre-harvest factors. Today, in continuation, we are going to discuss factors related to harvest, which may be cropping season, time, method of harvesting, stage of harvesting, and consumer demand. How cropping system is going to influence the quality parameter, maturity, and other aspects related to harvesting of the horticultural crops. As we are aware that quality of horticultural produce is largely influenced by the season in which it is going to be harvested. Like those vegetables or fruits harvested during the winter season are having relatively longer shelf life because of the prevailing temperature, while those which are being harvested during summer season are having relatively lesser shelf life because of prevailing high temperature. During summer season, the rate of respiration as well as ethylene production is being accelerated in presence of existing high temperature, while in the winter season, due to low temperature, the enzymatic activities will be significantly reduced. So the shelf life of crop is relatively high. Further, off-season production of fruits and vegetables will be highly remunerative because of prevailing high prices, like cultivation of cucumber under protected cultivation, early cultivation of peas, early planting and cultivation of cauliflower. So such kind of practices are always productive. Harvesting during or immediately after rain should be avoided because it provides favorable condition for multiplication and development of microbes, which may damage and accelerate rotting of harvested produce. In citrus fruits which are being harvested during rainy season, the rind becomes turgid and becomes sensitive to sun-scald disorder. So, cropping season greatly defined the time of harvesting, and the time of harvesting is going to influence the quality, maturity, and ripening of the fruits or vegetables. Papaya harvested in winter season takes longer time to become ripen, while which are harvested in summer season requires very little time to get ripen. Time factor is equally important as the prevalence of temperature is also diurnal in nature. The variation is diurnal in nature. So, in early phase, that is morning, when the temperature is relatively lower, the harvested produce are generally fully fresh, turgid, and good for the local market. In case we prefer harvesting for the distant market, the evening time is more suitable because there is high accumulation of reserved carbohydrate, less amount of moisture, resulting better quality of produce and maintenance of fruit quality or quality of horticulture produce for longer period of time. The cucumber which is harvested in late morning and transported under normal condition is less prone to injury when it contains less water. High amount of water may be problematic during the transportation and storage. The leafy vegetables which are harvested in later part of the morning, late in the afternoon, the petioles are going to break less easily. Their leaves are more resistant to tearing since they are flaccid due to loss of water. Method of harvesting also determine the quality and maturity of fruits. The harvesting should be free from any kind of injury. As the damage or injury over the skin will result in development of black or brown spot over the fruits. The given example here in the screen is of mango, where the injury has resulted black spotted fruits because of the latex oozing out from the stalk and the fruit surface results in creation of black spot. So the method of harvesting is going to determine the damage percentage of the fruits or vegetables and thereby determine the keeping quality and maturity or ripening of horticultural produce. Further, this kind of injury provides entry point for microorganism, accelerating the rotting process. Central Institute of Subtropical Horticulture, Lucknow has developed harvesting gadget which is known as mango harvester and ensures safety of the mango fruits harvested. Further, the stage of harvesting, specifically in other term it can be considered as the maturity index, is very important factor for ensuring the quality of harvested produce. Harvesting at the right maturity stage maintain the good keeping quality of the fruits and vegetables, while harvesting at immature stage or over matured stage reduces the shelf life of horticulture produce. If the horticultural produce are going to be harvested as early when they are having very good water content, there is a possibility of a greater loss of moisture and become more susceptible to the damage caused by instrument or machines, as well as they will become prone to microbial attack. Further, over matured fruits and vegetables become susceptible to the decay and may be disordered. Such fruits will deteriorate fast and are having very poor keeping quality. The image clearly indicates the quality of fruits harvested at proper maturity and over maturity in bottle gourd. Consumer demand is another factor because it is going to decide the harvesting time and maturity index, and obviously is going to influence the quality of horticultural produce as well as the ripening process. There are many changes that occurs during the ripening process, which we will discuss in relation to the cell wall, starch, organic acid, color, flavoring compound, ascorbic acid, amino acid, and ethylene production. The first and primary change that occurs during ripening is related to the cell wall, where the middle lamella connecting or cementing material for the cell wall is going to be degraded and dissolved during the ripening process, resulting the loss of natural sugar and acidic pectin of all cell wall. This is going to make the fruit softer, ripened, starch also show variation during the ripening process, as the sugar level is going to increase because of the mobilization of starch or any reserved carbohydrates within the fruits during the process of ripening. This starch sugar conversion and balance is very important factor to determine the quality of horticultural produce. The variation in organic acid is quite noticeable, and it is being reported that the organic acids like citric acid, malic acids are going to be dissolved or broken down into the soluble salts or soluble components during the process of ripening. This may be associated with increase in membrane permeability, which allows the acids to be stored in the respiring cells. The organic acids so dissolved becomes a part of total soluble solid. Thus, the content of organic acid is going to be decreased during the ripening process. The color change is the visual observation which indicates the stage of ripening. These changes are associated with the degradation of chlorophyll and synthesis of anthocyanin or carotenoids pigments. These pigments may vary from red to blue. Some of the cited examples are lycopene formation in tomato, which is dependent over the temperature or existing temperature during the process of ripening. The variation in flavoring compound has also been reported, which depends on the complex interaction between sugar, organic acid, phenolics, and volatile compounds. The formation of various flavoring compounds have been observed during the ripening process, which is primarily governed by the enzymatic reactions. The common flavoring compounds are esters, alcohol, aldehydes, acids, and ketones. Ascorbic acid is a vitamin component which are very important as per nutritional point of view, and during the process of ripening it is being reported to be decreased vigorously. Throughout the storage period. The breakdown of ascorbic acid further improves the TSS content of the fruits. Amino acid variation during the ripening process or after harvesting is also a noticeable change, where the decrease in free amino acid is associated with the increase in protein synthesis. However, during senescence, the level of free amino acid increases, which reflects the breakdown enzymes and decreased metabolic activities. The enzymatic breakdown during the senescence is major factor behind the quality deterioration of harvested fruits. Ethylene production is the common process during the ripening of climatic fruits like mango, banana, muskmelon, where the rise in respiration and rise in temperature is associated with the rise in enzymatic activities and ethylene production. These are the common changes that can be reported during the ripening process of horticultural produce. This is a reference point from where you can study the contents related to the lecture discussed today. Thank you for attention.